Hi, I'm Tracy Koga with something short and fun. This is a Hugh Soundbite. It is so good to see you, Desiree. It has been such a long time, but I'm so happy you're doing music. I love the single. Sometimes I got a drink too. I know.
Question time, Tracy. It's so good to see you as well.
Oh, yeah. So exactly where are you?
Right now, I am in Portage la Prairie. This is where Stephen lives, and so I come to him when we do some of these online things because he has better internet than I do. Actually, I live in Dauphin, so I'm 10 miles south of town along the Riding Mountain National Park, and we have beautiful, beautiful landscape, but not beautiful internet.
You know, that is now the one thing, right, that we all need to have is Wi-Fi. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we've managed to make do over the course of the year.
All right, so let's talk about what you have been up to because you have been pretty busy. You know, well, let's talk first about the single, collaborating with Crystal Shawanda, another person of greatness too as well. And I guess she is kind of a mentor for you, right? Like, she is someone that you look up to.
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. We, Stephen and I were down in New Orleans in January last year, and we rented a car. We were there for a showcase with Folk Alliance International, and we rented a car after that event was done. We drove north through the bayou to Nashville, and I had a week of writing sessions booked up, and of course all of those are pre-planned before you get there. You don't just show up to Nashville and knock on doors and hope someone's going to sit down and write with you. But one of the people that I reached out to was Crystal Shawanda, and I honestly didn't expect her to say yes. But you know, in the music business, you get used to a lot of no's, and you ask anyway because you never know what the answer is going to be. And I was fortunate that she graciously agreed to write with me. So she invited me into her home. You know, I got to meet her husband and her little girl, her daughter Jaja, and we sat down and we talked this one out. I had a title, and I said, this is what I want to do. I want it to be fun. I want it to be an upbeat song, and we talked it out. And within 3 hours, we had this song.
Wow, that's so amazing. And also, too, if we want to talk about not only women in music, but of course, women of color in music, and especially country music, right, Desiree? And I wanted to talk a little bit more about, you hosted a chat about that very thing, Indigenous artists in the business.
Exactly. I was in talks with the Canadian Country Music Association back in January, and I knew my friend Donna Merrow had been doing a lot of legwork behind the scenes already prior to that. And you know, we had talked about what the CCMA could do to, I guess, you know, use their platform to elevate Indigenous voices. And they called me in early May and said, this is something that we're looking at doing in June. Would you be interested in hosting? And I had never hosted anything in my life before, Tracy. And honestly, like, your job is so hard. You know, the research that you have to do, and the anyway, that's not the point of it. The point of it is that I agreed to do it, and I think it was a beautiful example of what reconciliation can look like, a tangible, meaningful example of you know, how organizations can elevate Indigenous voices and use their platforms to, you know, raise awareness and to promote Indigenous music and Indigenous artists. And so I talked with Tracy Koga, who's an incredible songwriter, has had over 250 cuts, which is insane because that means that you need to write at least 1,000 songs probably to get that many cuts. And then we talked with Donna Merrow, we talked with Jade Turner, Crystal Shawanda, of course, was one of the guests, and Alan Grey Eyes. And so the entire month of June, the Canadian Country Music Association has used their social media platforms to give a voice and to give space to Indigenous artists and industry people. And it's the first time in history that it's ever been done, and I'm really, really proud to have been a part of it.
Oh, that's so amazing, and especially now, and I mean with everything that is going on, and you know, it sometimes you're for a loss of words, so it's nice to have music to be able to express your thoughts and feelings, and I'm sure you feel the same way too as well. You know, moving on though, for you, Desiree, have you ever felt or had barriers or challenges to overcome along your way?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised by a single mom. I'm a member of the Opaskwayak Cree Nation, and I was, you know, I grew up in a rural community in the city of Dauphin, and my mom was a single parent, and you know, I didn't have things like guitar lessons or voice lessons, and that's really common in the Indigenous music community when you start meeting artists and asking about what kinds of barriers artists face, and that's really one of them. You know, when you see incredible musicians and guitar players or drummers or, you know, whatever instrument it is that they play, they've been honing that craft for years. And you know, in many ways I feel like that has been an extreme barrier for me. You know, it hasn't been until I've been in my probably mid-20s where I could actually chord, you know, just play very basic chords. And so I've had to hang around my friend Stephen for a long time because he's far better than I am at playing guitar. But I really think that is that's an example of a barrier that artistically we can't possibly be as advanced because we haven't had those advantages or those opportunities early on to hone those crafts and hone those skills.
Yeah. Now moving forward, then obviously we can see yourself as a mentor for other young Indigenous women that want to have a music career. What can we do, and maybe I'm talking more on the music industry side, what can we do now moving forward to help the new wave of musicians of any color being able to come forward?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. I mean, I think I was talking with Alan Grey Eyes in the Achimatak series, which is the CCMA series, and he was talking about systemic barriers that festivals face, that festivals who've been around for a really long time have access to operational grant funding that new and emerging Indigenous festivals just simply don't have. So I think on a systemic level, there needs to be you know, changes to those granting stipulations so that Indigenous festivals have opportunities to showcase their artists. That was something that I learned in the Achimatak series. I didn't know that was the way that the grant funding worked for festivals. And so, but I think on an individual level, you know, more opportunities for emerging artists to practice and hone their craft. Like I really think that if me as an artistic kid, if someone had given me a guitar and guitar lessons, or if someone had given me voice lessons, I wonder how much further I would have been able to take my music career at this current stage, you know, comparatively speaking. So I think that on the creative side, that really needs to be nurtured at a very young age.
Yeah, well, you have definitely nurtured yourself into a wonderful singer-songwriter, and I am so happy that you are going to do your new single. Thank you so much, Stephen, for your home, your Wi-Fi, accompanying Desiree on this incredible single. Wishing both of you all the best for the summer, and hopefully we'll be able to see you both perform live on stage.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Appreciate it.
Okay.
This is time to drink.
Okay.
Sometimes I like a glass of wine on Friday night at the Lonesome High. Forget about the bills and chill, forget about everything. It's been all uphill, I don't do this all the time, I just need this tonight. Well, I might get it wrong, but I'm just trying to get it right. Yeah, sometimes I drink, get a buzzing in my brain, I don't wanna come complain, but I'm going insane. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour just a little bit more. Try to ignore you. Sometimes I drink. I've been carrying the weight of the world now. I deserve a night with the girls. I don't need a guy to buy me a drink. I don't need anyone to buy me anything. I've been trying to do it all, but I'm not doing anything right. No, I don't do this all the time, but I just need this tonight. Sometimes I drink, get a buzzing in my brain. I don't wanna complain, but I'm going insane. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour just a little bit more. Try to ignore you. Sometimes I drink. Ooh, yes, sometimes I drink. Do it all, but I'm not doing anything right. No, I don't do this all the time, but I just need this tonight. Sometimes I drink, get a buzzing in my brain. I don't wanna complain, but I'm going insane. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour just a little bit more. Try to ignore you. Sometimes I drink. Ooh, oh, yeah, sometimes I drink. Sometimes I drink, sometimes I drink. I said sometimes I drink, yes, sometimes I drink.
Thanks so much, Tracy.
Thank you, Desiree. I definitely think that's going to be the summertime anthem song for sure in my backyard.
I hope you're right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.